The project. The task given to us was to make a simple 2D game in Visual Studio using the C++ programming language. The game was also required to use the SDL/SDL2 libraries. There were certain features that needed to be implemented. These will be talked about within this video. Features. The features include movement, animations, a tile map, teleportation, shooting, collision, score, and enemies. Movement and animations. The player can move left, right, up and down across the screen using the WASD keys. The player is also fully animated when they walk, and the animation changes based on which direction they are moving. Tile map. A tile map was implemented into the game. This was done using code to select different tiles and arrange them in certain areas. The code here sets the size of the images for the tile map. The image file is set in the game loop code. Here is where the amount of images for the tile map is set. It uses 8 images across and 6 images down. This is where the images to be used are set. Each number is a different tile. The tile map is laid out this way. This is the end result for the game. Teleportation. Using the B key, the player can teleport to the runestone at the center of the map every 10 seconds in the game. This code makes it so that when the timer reaches 0, the player can teleport and it resets the timer. The teleport function teleports the player to these coordinates, which is where the runestone is. Shooting. By pressing the spacebar, the player can shoot in the direction they are facing. The player code returns different values for the bullet code to use, such as the position of the player. The bullet code uses these values to know where to shoot from and which direction to go. The bullets are deleted if they go off screen to help with game performance. Collision and score. The bullets that the player shoots collide with enemies, causing the score to increase and for the enemies to be killed. The bullets and the enemies use SDL rectangles that check if they have similar coordinates when they collide. The enemies spawn at random Y positions off screen and run towards the player. Enemies. There are 3 enemy sprites in the game. These are what the player must kill. They use a randomized enum to choose which sprite is used for each enemy that spawns. Game issues. Originally, the player was meant to throw spears at the enemies. However, there was an issue with the rotation of the spear image. This is why the final version of the game has sphere bullets instead of spears. Another issue was that the score covered the entire screen at one point, since it used the screen width and height. This was fixed by adding an SDL rectangle. This SDL rectangle was added to the text renderer, and the size was set to 100 by 100 for the width and height. Now the score text is an appropriate size for the game at the top left. Gameplay demo. Here is the final version of the game. I tried to make it as fun as possible for the player to enjoy. As you can see, the game runs quite well with no visible bugs or issues. Everything implemented works as intended. I made sure that everything that isn't needed in the game was removed when they exit the player's view. This makes sure the game performance and speed are as best as possible. Thanks for watching.